Hello everyone, I'm Rob Smith, the Smith of the Black channel here at Ticker Talker, and it's Monday, and we have a bank holiday. Bonds are closed, banks are closed, but market open and run sheep run. Here they come. So here's what we got going on here. If you take a look at the SPY and gunning towards the highs. Remember, it's still inside month, but you can see now that we got more continuity. It keeps getting greener and greener here in the lower middle, right? And so if we blow up this weekly, here's what we've been watching for, right? We watch for these outside bars to give us an indication of magnitude, right? Because we know that both sides of previous ranges get taken out. That happens, right? And that forms a broadening formation. So we had that here. And so when we had the 2-2 reversal back here, our magnitude was to take that out. Now, as it keeps going, we're back into this. Now our magnitude is go take out the highs and come back and take this out. So far, so good. We'll see if we go to QQQ. You can see very similar here. Didn't have a 3 in the week, but you took out the lows and then came back through to take this up. And now we're back into this thing and trying to power higher. If we go to the small cappers, you'll see this on the weekly here. Took this out to the lows, and then boom, here's your reversal back through. And now, outside bar of all that, and what that does on the monthly, here, take out the previous high, take out the previous low, the 222, and bam, right there on the month. So that kicked in here above 158.98, still good, not 163.55, and that's still good for the rest of the month. We'll see. What we will see eventually is some sort of a tone change when we get some sort of reversal on the SPY 60. Right now, it's just straight ripping here to start the day, here. You see this? The 2-2 continuation, just whoosh. So now we got a new 60. All right, now we want to see what's going on because it's not really broad-based on the way up. There's some profit taking going on in some of the stronger names, but a lot of good things going up there too. So on my Twitter, I always post out the Mind the Gap list, and that's a list of things that are moving around that we want to keep an eye on. So we started off when TWLO. And TWLO does this on your 60, right? So we know here on the lower middle, 2, 2, 2 in the month. We knew about that. And then if you go down to the 15 minute, you let it come in, right? And potentially this is a 2-2 reversal down here, but if it doesn't take hold and comes back, now you got your 2, 2, 2, right? Boom, shotgun, right back to the highs, and these become an outside bar of all that. And that was a reversal right here. Talk about these type of reversals every day here. Above 316.49, and that thing went blasting up to take this out at 325. Real nice move. And now you can see here, see if we get a nice little 2 up, 2 down, and 2 back up on the 60 here, above 325.25, already kicking in there right in the first few seconds. If we go to Microsoft, and Microsoft, also TWLO, I'm going to go back to for 1 second here too, because you did have also that 30. Then go re-hit magnitude. So here, before it made it up there on the 15, and went inside in the 30, you can add to that position here because you're already winning with your magnitude to go here, you see? And then here's that inside bar poke down, RevStrat 30 here, right? All bunch of good stuff in TWLO. If we go to Microsoft, once again, even if you're on the 30 minute, you're going to see this. The gap up, the take out the lows, and then boom, these guys are going to become an outside bar of all that. Microsoft on the 30 here above 218.48, and if you go to the 15, you're going to see this here, your 2-2 reversal here, 217.78, and then you could add on that 30, and off to the races she goes, and then you can wait for something like this, the nice 3-2, get a little bit more for you, and you also look at that this 60 up in here, inside 60 to the upside. So if I go to the 60 here, it just went inside on the 60 and up in the last hour, right, for another add. And that's all sorts of good stuff. Let's get that weekly back up here. So you can see it start to climb back up these old outside bars. Always something you want to be knowing about. You've got Amazon. Amazon, just a little run sheep run here again. And so gap and go, a little tricky on this one, but you can see this outside bar, right? After the slight lower low, right? Now, there's your broadening formation. Let's take her back up, because if you look at Facebook, now on the weekly here, upper middle, last week by like 1/8 of a penny, it took out the lows. That's a lower low, folks. I got news for you. Because if you were stopped there, you got stopped out, right? That's something we'd want to know about. So these 2 weeks now become an outside week of that. Still handily an inside month, right? But nice and green, and we'll see if there's any good ways in on this thing. Here you go, right here. What's that? 87, 88. This is an inside 30, right here. Up, right there. 270.09. There you go. 276 are not bad. If we go to Apple, Apple's going to have an event this week, so we'll see. Obviously, they're starting off a little bullish on that. So Apple goes up. Here you're going to go in the upper middle. You're going to see the inside week, right? And then it gaps up, but then it gives you the inside 30 right here. 212 continuation over the 121.15, not bad. And now another inside 30. We'll see if that keeps going. If we go to the weeds, CGC, picking up a little steam here now, starting to cool off, and we'll see. As you can see here on the upper middle, this poked down a little bit, and there was your weekly reversal back through previous range. Your magnitude was to take this out, because now you got this. That, my friends, is a broadening formation, right? And so it was triggered here by taking out last month's highs after poking down a little bit. Outside bar to take all this stuff out, because you can see all of this is still inside of this, right? And so when that happens, we want to be very aware once you take this out. Here, that's exhaustion risk. So that's where it's stalling out exactly. So we'll see what comes of that. APHA. APHA, here's something we look for too. Middle, lower middle. Inside bar, pokes down, boom, rev strat, magnitude, take this out, did it, right? And that did it off last week's inside week to the upside. Talked about that last week. To come up and take this out, which it did. Now we got a little exhaustion risk because on that daily here, upper left, right? We call that the Momo Hammer, right? Anybody who got short last week was coming in hoping that was going to roll over. Guess what didn't happen? Boom. And then it goes up and hits magnitude. So we'll see if that regroups. If you go to NVDA, and watching these futures on this flip to see what the new 60s bring us. So NVIDIA, here, something we look for. It's also inside month. We understand that, but you're taking out last week's highs, and you're back into this outside week here in the upper middle. It also does this, the 2-2 reversal on the day. Took out Friday, took out Thursday's lows, back through. Now, these are an outside bar of all that, right? So what we look for is that corrective activity here. The 2 up, the 2 down, boom, where are you going? Right back to the highs. And these are going to be an outside bar of all that, right? A shotgun. Boom. Outside bar. If we go to Cyber, CYBR. And Cyber, just on the monthly basis, something that we look for, that's 222, that same setup right here. Slight higher high, slight lower low, and coming back through. So the rest of the month, we're going to be looking at Cyber over 114.41 to try and take this out, 120.75. If you go to Stamps, STMP. Stamps, that monthly, getting stuck here on the 60 a bit. Inside on the 60 right now, but here, upper left. The 2 down, the inside day reversal back up to try and take these guys out, right? And so as long as that monthly's intact, we're going to stay on that Stamps. Still good is Peloton. Peloton. Did I just point out what a Momo Hammer is? I did. It's opening 60 right here. Right there. I think it's going to roll over. Do you? Boom. Right back into the highs. Peloton still good. PayPal. And PayPal, here you can see the inside 60 here in the lower left. Right? That was above 212 cents. And that reconfirms this. The inside week to the break to the upside. All right? So that weekly break still good as of right now. Texas Instruments coming up. And Texan here just starting to blast off into new highs, and so exhaustion risk, but it is what it is. If we go to JD, JD, just exhaustion risk blasting into new highs. Oh, not quite. We still got some room on this thing. So triangulate out down in here. So our magnitude here is still to take this out. 86.58 and complete that outside bar. You see this slight kick down there? There it is, a 2-2 reversal and right back up on your weekly. We'll see. We've got some strength in some retail, big boys. Costco exhaustion risk just going into the highs, and we'll see if there's any good way in on that thing. Here you go, right on the 30. You see this? take out the highs, take out the lows, boom, 222 right there, and these become an outside bar of all that. If we go to Walmart, and Walmart a little trickier, I think it might have gone 60 up here. There you go, inside 60 Momo hammer, right there, and what that does, it reconfirms this upper middle, the inside week to the upside, with full time frame continuity to the upside. If we go to PLT, and PLT here on the monthly, see this? Takes out the lows, takes out the highs, 2-2 reversal on the monthly. PLT coming up here. A little fast here on the 60-30, but we'll see if we can get something to set up for you. One of those favorite setups. There's an inside 15 right there. Right, and there's your 222.15 right there. If we go to Goldman Sachs, Goldman Sachs actually coming up here a bit. Microsoft going to highs as I speak. And Goldman Sachs got a little bit more room. We want to see this monthly take this out. Inside bar pokes down, and then here above 215.23 really gets our attention here. And you can see on the weekly, once again, take out these lows slightly, and then the 2-2 reversal coming back up to try and create the outside bar of all this. If we go to the Dow, Cat Tractor still going. And like many things, we're looking for anybody taking out last month's highs. Cat does it. And then if you go to the 15er, you're going to see that take out the highs, take out the lows, and boom, 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 222, you're in, and off she goes. You go to the 30, looked like this, RevStrat, inside bar poke down, then boom, and off she goes. Procter & Gamble also in the Dow, and just stalling out a tad and going into some new highs, but that also tells us to look at XLP. And I think we got a few nice ones in there. Mondelez trying to go, SJM. So it's always important to remember when you're looking at certain symbols what that reminds you to other things to look at. You got the Qs going into the highs right now. Gone, Qs. Okay, we've got WIMI here. WIMI, little shenaniganer and popping its head up there, but you can see this inside week to the upside, trying to go outside month. On the downside, it's really more of a lot of profit taking. You can go run. Some of these solars coming in, and you can see here, taking out last week's lows, right? I don't think that was an inside week, was it? Yes, inside week to the downside, also inside day here in upper left, right? After a huge run, but you can see new month now coming in, and that inside day, that's a 212 continuation. Good thing is it didn't gap. It opened and puked right through here. So when it opened, then you can hit that thing below 70.21, now trading 65 and change. And one of the reasons you want to do that is that always want to be on the mental side of the other side of the trade. So if you were long over the weekend, you got what you wanted. Market's gapping up and running. But if it starts taking this out, we're going to stop them out here, and hopefully it gets a little worse because you do already have continuity downside here. If we go to ENPH, anybody taking out yesterday's lows did not gap, as you can see, and we'll see if it gives us another entry here on maybe an inside 30. Right, red on the week, Momo hammer, but that can be exhaustive because we're going into the highs, so we'll see if that sets. Once again, didn't gap, and even if you waited all the way down to 105.29, you still got something out of it. We also look for things to go outside day in the profit taking, so SQ, almost an outside day, and you can see this inside 30 was really nice. To send it negative, we'll see if that sets up again. TTD was exhausting a little bit, now an inside 30, we'll see what comes of that. ESPR now trying to form an inside 30, and here in the lower middle you're going to see an inside month and down. That's something we'd want to know about, right? You've got ZYXI getting pounded here, and you can see just getting stuck in here. We'll see if there's anything more to it. A little bit more room in the lower middle to be an outside month, and you can see this clear as day 2-2 reversal here on the weekly up in there. If we go to Uber not doing too much, still inside week, but it is 2-2 to the downside. And the good thing is, like I said, you can always watch subsectors. It goes in 60 down, exhaust. Now we'll see if that sets up again with lift here. And we'll see that's kind of stabilizing, but we'll see what comes of that. Q's still going. ICPT having some problems here going to the lows, right? And that's an outside week to the downside, and that's really having some real problems there, so you can keep an eye on that. We like blood red by the time it gets to the middle of the day. So still running into these futures. We will see a tone change eventually, but you're going to have to see something happen in these SPY 60 or Q60, and you're not seeing that as yet. Another first down. As always, my videos at Smith & the Black channel are always free, so sign up and come see us. And that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith, the Smith & the Black channel here at Ticker Talker with the Strat Time Report.